our emphasis. Individuals that work together as a group, as a nation. See, each tribe, right? When Jacob blessed, right? And when Moshe blessed the tribe, but by Yaakov says, Ish kabir chato beirach otam. Each one, according to their blessing, he blessed them. What does that mean? According to that blessing, he blessed them? No. Each one has their blessing. Every person has their blessings, has their strengths, has their tendencies, has what they can uniquely contribute. And that's what he blessed. Right? We didn't become a nation just from Avram giving birth to Yitzchak, or from Yitzchak giving birth to Yaakov. Yaakov, the 12 tribes, each one with their bracha, each one with their aptitude, with their skills, with what they bring to the table. That's how we became a nation. And we promote that. But at the same time, it's got to be chumash hapekudim. It's got to be a counting. Meaning, I have to have my individuality, my strength, what I bring to the table, and that must be recognized, and that must be appreciated, that must be utilized. That must be utilized for the sake of not just me, myself, and I, but for the community, for the Jewish people, for the world. That is, so pekudim, counting, really gets to the very, very crux of what life is meant to be. And it goes back to the creation of Ra and Tov. Ra, shaky, trying to stand on by oneself, and one can't stand by oneself. Tov, tovim ashnayim, hachutim mishulash lo yinatek. By being with others, that is where we get to that tov. Right? To recognize, let's take this a step further. If God is good and he's the epitome of the giver, because he needs nothing, so how do I tap into and actualize that tov? By taking what I have and making sure to share it and to help others with it. And I know for myself, I think most people feel this way. When do we feel that those chills going up and down our spine? When do we feel that we're really touching something deep inside of ourselves? When we're on vacation in Hawaii?
Watching children.
When we're giving.
To give.
When we're giving. When we're helping someone. That means I'm taking myself, the abilities that God gave me and that I've developed, skills that I've developed, violin playing not being one of them. I'm taking what I've developed and become and utilizing that to help others. I'm taking that individual number and becoming part of the count, connecting to the others. Because when we do that, we touch that part of God that's in us, and when we go beyond ourselves, is when we feel truly alive. Because we're physical beings in a physical world. And we mentioned this last night in the Navi class. And we have a certain amount of time here, right? We're not like containers of milk that have the date expiration on our foreheads. But we all do have it on our foreheads. We just don't see it. But everyone has our best used by and expiration date. So we are very finite. How do we go beyond this and become infinite? When we touch that which is infinite. When we touch that which is eternal. And that's God. And when we touch that, when we become godly, when we start going beyond ourselves, if I'm just myself, that's Ra, that's Ra'ua, and that's very, very, very limited. When we go beyond ourselves, that's when we reach this Tov. That's when we are fully alive and vibrant, and we feel that. Right? They say, money can't buy you happiness. It's not true. Money can buy you happiness if you share it. Right? Not just money, but all of our resources. When we share it, that is when we feel we are alive. So Chumash HaPekudim, right? Counting isn't that a detail. What's so important about counting? Counting gets to the very, very essence of who we are and of what Tov is. Counting means I'm an individual, but I take that which I have and I become part of a community, part of a nation, part of a world. That is what this is all about. As we became this nation, right? That's the definition of a nation. Individuals with their individuality, but all working together with just the image that with all these strands, all these connections, one to the other, and that when you're looking at a molecule, the more bonds that there are, the stronger that molecule is. That's what we're meant to be, with all these bonds connecting one to another. That's the individual. That's the count that brings us into a group. Okay, my friends, we'll call it over. As we begin Chumash HaPekudim, everybody please join us this Saturday night, Motzei Shabbat.
There is at 9:15 there is dinner.